Okay, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this function, okay, using Heaviside functions. Now we can't use this one Heaviside function. This one Heaviside function looks like this, okay? But what's the difference between this and this? Well, from 1 on, this one's too big. You know, up to here, it's fine. So he said, well, you know, we could start over. That's pretty, in addition to being vague, I don't think start over is necessarily a mathematical operation of functions. Although, you know, you're thinking, because your next suggestion could carry a little weight, okay? So your next suggestion was if you multiply everything from here on by 0, you get this, right? So is there a function that from here on would be equal to 0?
The Heaviside function shifted somewhat to the right.
Okay, it'd have to be shifted, maybe 1 unit, but then what else would it have to be? Well, if you shift it from here to here, it's still 1, right? From here on, it's not 0.
Shifted right and down?
If you shift it down, then it's not going to be 1 over here, so when you multiply it by this, it's not going to work, right?
Yeah.
Now, we're really not going to end up multiplying 2 functions, but it's good to see that you can multiply 2 functions, and you can use Heaviside functions like that, because what we actually do is going to be very closely related. So if you get this intuition, you're going to understand it. So, yeah, okay, well, what we want is a function that's 0 from here on, okay, and 1 here, and we don't care what it is here because we're multiplying, right? So from here on, it could be any loopy function, okay? But the most convenient thing would be just let it keep equaling 1 from here on, okay? I mean, you could let it equal 0 from here on, but then you'd be getting this function again, wouldn't you? And we don't know how to get this function, so we wouldn't know how to get that one. But it's also interesting that, well, okay. Okay. So, what's this look like? It looks a lot like a Heaviside function shifted 1 unit.
And flipped around.
And reflected.
About the y-axis.
Yeah, so we reflect the function about the y-axis, then shift it 1 unit.
So the negative of the Heaviside function shifted 1 unit to the right?
Not the negative of the Heaviside function, because that would be down below.
Yeah, h of negative.
But you want to hold on to that idea when we do what we're really going to do. So you're thinking Heaviside function. Okay, you're getting familiar with the Heaviside function. This is good. Okay? So I'm just going to say that, well, this is just nothing but h of negative t, right? Which would reflect about the axis. Well, it would be the negative then of t minus alpha, okay? Or h of negative t plus alpha, okay? And if you understand how things shift and so forth and reflect, then you understand this, okay? Make sense? So we could say that this function is h of t multiplied by h of negative t plus alpha. Okay? Now, this might be something we want to think about when we look at convolutions, but right now, the product of 2 functions, doing a Laplace transform of the product of two functions, because we're going to want to be able to do the Laplace transform of this and ultimately of this, right? Okay, Laplace transform of the product of two functions, something we don't want to talk about right now. Sum of two functions is easy because you're just integrating, so you can do the sum of the integrals. Product of the two functions is a little more complicated, okay? And we're probably going to do that because it's a really important concept. But again, it's not really in the course description as we have it. Okay, so this is kind of a little extra while you're working on the stuff that is in the course description and trying to get the homework done that was due a month ago. Okay? Right? And you're doing great. I mean, your homework looks really good. It'd be nice to pick up the pace a little. Okay. But since we've done down to 3-credit course, we've got a little flexibility in time. I can give you the extra time, but not much more. Because we've got to take what you need to know from that and then go into more depth in that stuff. Right? Okay, well that's an aside, but here we go. Okay? So I want a function we can add to this function to get this. So can you think of one now that you've thought a little bit more about the Heaviside function and had some good ideas?